So in this video I'm going to attempt to modify my car, which it needs modifying to fit my Ansen Downdraft setup, which I've had for a little while, but unfortunately won't fit because the steering column, which is out of a 1946 Ford, which I put on quite some time ago, interferes with the intake area there. Or there's not enough room for that Ansen. So this is Australia, it's a right-hand drive car, because left-hand drive car wouldn't matter, it just bolts straight on. But I've modified this 46 column, which works great. A little bit of slop in it, but it works great. But it's not going to allow me to put that manifold on. So what I'm running at the moment is an original Model A intake manifold. They're normally an updraft, so I cut the manifold bracket off there underneath. You can see there, and I blocked it up, and then I got the base of a Holden Strongberg carburetor, which was no good, and I ground that out and welded that to the top of the manifold there after drilling a hole in it, and then it's matched up to another Holden Strongberg carburetor. So that carburetor was used on from 179 to 202 cubic inch Holden red motor 6-cylinder, so that works really good. But I want to stick the old school speed part on there and run the 94 carburetor. Now, a couple of problems that I have that I can foresee is my shock, which is out of an Oldsmobile. There's my dog carrying on. The shock that's out of an Oldsmobile might interfere because that's where the steering box comes out, and it's a side steer which goes onto here. So anyway, I've got a steering column. I'm going to see if it all works. I've got the linkage. I don't have the steering arm, which I'm working on at the moment. I'll get one of those. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Alright, so here's the steering column and steering wheel. It's really good steering column actually. Steering box is nice and tight. So we've got one problem. The top has been broken off where the nut goes on, which is quite rusty and seized on there. So obviously I want to change the steering wheel. I'll put the one that's on the Model A back on this, but I've got a cunning plan. There'll be no welding or anything for that, so I'll show you what I'm going to do when I get to that point. But I've tried some WD-40 and stuff. That's not, I don't know, I just can't get it to get in there properly. I do have some metal rescue, so I'm going to block up that centre hole and fill it with metal rescue and leave it overnight and see how we go. I don't know if you've used this stuff before, but it's become my new best friend. It's pretty good. So I've cleaned the inside of that, got the WD out, degreased it, and blocked it off. So I've got a bit of rubber hose and a bolt just to block that centre hole off so it doesn't leak. And I'll chuck some metal rescue in there, stand it upright, and I'll leave it overnight, and we'll check the results in the morning. There we go, just put a splash in there, and we'll give it 24 hours and see what happens. Okay, so it's only been about 5 or 6 hours since I put the metal rescue in there. I came out and noticed that it was empty. It was holding quite well before, so I guess it started working pretty much straight away. So a couple of quick taps with my hammer and off she popped. So yeah, result. But anyway, we'll try and salvage this steering shaft and see how we go. So I've decided to stick the top end in some metal rescue overnight, and while it's upside down getting the treatment, I'm going to pull the end off this guy and see what it's like inside. Feels good from the outside, but we don't know till we open her up, so we're about to do that now. I've pulled that cover off and I am gobsmacked at how good it is in there. This steering box, a bit of history. I bought it with a bunch of parts off a mate of mine with a Model T tub, and all I really wanted was a tub, but a heap of other parts came with it. And I kind of wrote this steering box off, and then the other day I thought, oh, I wonder if it'll work, because I want to stick that manifold on. And yeah, she's nice in there, so I'm just going to put that cap back on and make sure she's loaded with grease, and I'm going to leave that alone. So I wanted to introduce you to this this sweetheart of mine. This is Muttley. She's a American Staffy. She's purebred. I got her from a friend of mine who's a breeder. She was the run of the litter. She's a sweetheart. She's mad as a cut snake. It keeps me sane. Where'd you go? Get out of there. Yeah, she's a female, obviously. But people say to me, Muttley's a boy's name. I'm like, no, Muttley's a dog's name. Fred's a boy's name. But yeah, more of because she's a mutt than anything else. But she's a sweetheart. Stop licking. But anyway, that's my pooch. Big part of my life. I thought I'd introduce her. She's bored with me now because I'm not giving her the attention. Hey, come here. She's a good girl. Anyway, she's by my side all the time. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours since I put the end of this into the metal rescue. Starting to show a little bit of paint. You can kind of see the line about there, where it was up to. But I think it could do with another 24 hours in there, so I'm going to chuck it back in and we'll check it again. So to give you a bit of an idea how good this metal rescue is, these Stilsons were lost in my yard for about 1.5 years and they got quite rusty. I chucked this tool in that bath with the steering column overnight, and you can see it's just pure clean where it was submerged anyway. To give you an idea of what it was like, there's that line there. So you can see the line there, where the fluid was touching the metal and it wasn't touching the metal, so it gives you an idea what the whole tool is like. But yeah, it's great. One thing I've noticed with it, if it's really embedded, really badly pitted rust, it takes a lot longer and it's probably worthwhile even to just run a wire brush over it. But anyway, it's good stuff. Okay, so I've salvaged an old Model A steering arm that I had, and just working out whether it's going to work with that shock in the way, but looks like it. So the steering arm will probably fit about there, and it runs well under the shock. There's heaps of room there, and it's going to head to approximately there, but maybe a little bit higher with the side arm that I'm getting, which I've managed to find. So that's in the post. So hopefully I'll have that soon, and then in the meantime I can recondition this old steering arm assembly here. So yeah, pretty happy. So that's it for me today. I'm going to do a part 2. I've got a little bit of work to do now with that steering column, the steering linkages and all that sort of stuff, rebuild the carburetor, muck around that manifold. So whether I do that this side of Easter or the other side, I've got an event coming up, Rattle Trap, which this is going to be a part of. If I get all the parts together, I'll try and get it done before then. Otherwise, I'll just leave it as it is. It's running great at the moment, but if I can swap it over beforehand, I will. So yeah, and just for your information, products that I'm using, they're just products I'm using. I'm not endorsed or anything by any of these companies. So hey, if I use it and it's okay, I'll let you know. Hey, if you want to endorse me, happy days. Especially, I don't know, any beer companies. I can brought to you by whatever. I think Bob Hawke's got a new beer. Maybe I should hit him up. But anyway, that's it from me. Drive safe. Keep out of trouble. Stay tuned for more episodes. Hit like, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time.